Hey everyone, DPX here. Got another show review today. We got Arcane Season 2, as it just concluded. This was the final season. So what are my thoughts? Well, let's get into this. Hi guys, DPX here. Review today, Arcane Season 2. Now before I get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell, leave a comment, or I will beat you to a pulp. So, for background, Arcane, this is the second season to a show called Arcane, which is a show based off of the world of League of Legends. At least originally, it was just supposed to be like have all the same characters, but it wasn't canon. But the first season was so popular and so beloved that Riot Games made it canon to the League of Legends game. So this immediately became like the best video game adaptation, bar none. And even though I don't play League of Legends, and I really don't have much of a desire to, I gotta say, like, not League of Legends, Arcane Season 1 was an absolute treat. It was, like, peak animation, peak television, peak, like, beyond peak video game adaptation. Like, this and The Last of Us, I don't think anything else comes close. It took them a while, took them like 3 whole years to follow it up with the second season, and there's always the worry, like, will the second season be as good as the first season? Because the first season was so good. You know, I gave it a 10 out of 10 when it came out. I'm happy to say, Season 2 is possibly just as good as Season 1. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. One thing this show does very well is, like, it has a whole bunch of characters, and it has so many plot lines going on at once, and a lot of shows struggle with that. Like, a lot of shows or movies even struggle with having multiple plot lines going on, you know, and things feel unbalanced, things feel unfocused. Some characters get more spotlight and more time to shine than others. This show, and specifically this season, as we're talking about it, this season does it very well. Like, I'd say, like, it's more like Jinx and Vi are, like, the two main characters. But every character feels, like, equally important. It feels like just about every, like, obviously Jinx and Vi get, like, the most screen time, maybe Caitlyn as well. But every other character, I feel like, gets an equal amount of screen time. And again, they don't do it in a way that feels unfocused. They do it in a way that makes everyone feel just as important. Like, obviously you got the stuff with Jinx and Vi and Caitlyn, and then there's, like, the stuff with Jace and Victor, then there's the stuff with Echo and Heimerdinger, then there's the stuff with Mel and her mother and Bessa, and there's probably some other stuff that I'm not even mentioning, but, like, none of them feel undercooked. None of them feel half-baked. They all get fleshed out, and shockingly enough, they all get, like, a really well-done, like, conclusion at the end. That was one thing I was a little worried about, was, you know, even though this show has been amazing, you know, I was a little unsure if they were going to completely stick the landing, because there was a lot they had to do, and I felt like it was, like, some of the episodes were a bit slow. Like, there was one episode, I think it was, like, episode 7, that was, like, pretty much, without giving away spoilers, it was kind of like an alternate reality that we saw. But no, they stuck the landing, and I will say, it doesn't quite feel like a series finale. Like, okay, it does feel like a really good series finale, but it feels almost like they're leaving the door open for more. I think, like, you know, we're not going to get a Season 3 of Arcane. They made it clear that this is the final season. But we're definitely going to get more shows in this world of League of Legends, you know? I don't play League of Legends, like I said, and I don't have a desire to, but, like, I'm interested in the world of League of Legends now. The animation is amazing, too, you know? I remember really liking it back in 2021 when Season 1 came out, but when I got back to this and saw it, Season 2, I'm kind of just like, do I think the animation's that good? And then I watch more, I'm like, you know, the animation's really good, and there's, like, the music, like the songs that they use are fucking hit hard, and There's some fight scenes as well that are crazy good. Some fight scenes, like, they're animated like they're purposely unfinished, and I mean that in a good way. Like, it's just the sketches, which I thought was very interesting. And I know, like, Season 1 had a lot of this. And I will say, Season 2 does feel like just more Arcane, but if we're getting just more of Arcane, I can't be too mad. That's honestly what I was wanting, by the way. I just wanted more of what I really liked from the first season. If there's any one sort of like storyline that I think is the best of this season, it has to be the stuff between Violet and Jinx. A very sad tale about Jinx, you know, if you know, you know. And I like the idea of Violet being, or Vi, not really Violet, her real name's Violet, but it's Vi. She wants to, or she thinks that, like, if there's anybody who can fix Jinx, it's her, you know. But, and this is kind of spoilery, but also not really, but I do like also the idea of, like, her accepting Powder, you know, Jinx's real name, is dead, and it's just Jinx, you know. And just, you get some very emotional moments. They bring back a character who, also helps with their story, and, you know, I just loved what they did there, and that ending with, that involved the two of them. I don't want to say what happened, but my god. Honestly, I really don't have much to say here. It's just more of what I loved about the first season, again. And, you know, like I said, sometimes that can be just not great, you know, if it's, like, the same thing. And I don't want to say it's the same thing, but it's, like, just more of what I like. And I can't fault it for that. That's what it needed to be. In the end, I'm going to give Arcane Season 2 a 10 out of 10. This continues to be among, you know, like I said, this and The Last of Us continue to be, like, the two best video game adaptations, bar none. And sure, the video game adaptation curse, I feel like, has lifted with other adaptations, not just these two, but, like, even still, I don't even think they come close. So that's my review for Arcane Season 2. A bit of a shorter one, but what can I say? It is fucking amazing. You gotta watch this show. Even if, like, you don't play League of Legends. I've never touched that game in my life. But this show is genuinely peak. What do you guys think of it? Have you guys seen Arcane? You guys like the show, not like the show? Have you guys seen it, not seen it? And if you haven't seen it, do you guys want to see it, not want to see it? Anything about the show, let me know down below. Anyways, be sure to comment, subscribe, or I will beat you to a pulp. Bye!